Okay, my next guest is Rob Langston, 24 years U.S. Air Force, and he goes by Bad Rob. Oh, I don't know. I should have done a background check on you, Rob. I'm kind of worried now.
No problem.
So Rob's got a little bit different kind of take on PTS. Rob, kind of explain to us what your foundation, what you're trying to get across to other veterans, because you're obviously a veteran helping veterans. So what is your take on helping veterans with PTS, a different type of PTS? Explain that to our guest.
Right.
Audience.
Well, what happens is there's a lot of foundations out there. They help with the combat side of stress and the PTS that goes along with that. But nobody really focuses on the family side. That what happens when you come home, the wife takes off with another dude. And in war, you know the enemy, you know what happens. You can return fire in war. But when the battle rages at home, you can't return fire. So you have to, keep stomaching and just holding in all of that stress that's going on. So I bottled it all up for years and years and years, and it just builds and builds. So, you end up, it just breaks you. So, I found out the hard way that, it just starts to destroy you. So, bottom line is, I write poetry to help as therapy, but bottom line, I'm trying to get the word out there that it's okay to be broken.
Right.
A lot of men out there, being alpha male and everything else, how many times have you heard the point that just suck it up, put your big boy britches on, suck it up? But, the first step in healing is admitting you're broken.
Right. And you're a pretty big guy. And it struck me before earlier when we talked, and you told me it took a 5'6", 115-pound woman to take you down, to destroy you. That was strong. When you told me that, I said, I gotta interview you. So explain a little bit more about that, how she broke you down.
Right. When you're a giver, when you're in a relationship with a narcissist, it starts with the little things, and it just picks away, and then pretty soon it's called gaslighting, and then they turn everything against you. You turn yourself against you, and then pretty soon it gets into your own head, and then you start fighting in demons in your own head, and then you're battling a war in your own mind, and then everything is turned against you, all the lies and the perpetuation and everything that's going on in your own mind. Even knowing you did nothing wrong, you start apologizing for everything that you did not even do.
So explain the audience what narcissist means, because you're probably throwing them off. You know it.
Narcissist?
Go ahead.
That is where it is all about them. Everything is about them. So then they start blaming you for all their wrongdoings, basically.
Wow, she did that to you.
Yes.
And she did it so well that it got into your head. Is that what you're saying?
It did. Yeah, I showed you the two pictures, the before and after. I was 300. I woke up one day, took a shower, looked in the mirror. I did not even know who I was. I was 336 pounds when I woke up. Like, I didn't even know who I was.
And she did that to you? How did she do that to you, though? Come on, gaining weight. What do you think? How did she do that?
Because I just didn't want to do anything. Stuck your head in the sand. I just tried to, I became a chameleon trying to change because everything I did was wrong. So I would try to change to appease her, to make, everything happy. But everything I did was wrong. Yeah. There was nothing I could do. Nothing I could do was right. And then it was like, you're worthless. Nothing you do is right. Nobody's going to want you. You're going to wake up alone. All you're going to be is a nothing.
Today is with the family breaking down, which
right.
has been happening in the last decade, pretty much. When I knew when it was coming, when you saw on the side of the road, $90 to get a divorce.
Right.
When I saw that, I said, something's coming, right?
Yes, it is.
So when we saw that breaking down, a lot of these movies, these Netflix movies, committing adultery, it was okay.
Right.
All these shows.
It's expendable.
Yeah. All these shows. And then religion is so lost. It's gone now.
Yes.
So I can see the divorce rate is climbing.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see your foundation really reaching out to maybe 60% of our public out there.
Yes.
Because I held this out. We
yes.
need to get this out for you.
I'm trying. I'm doing everything I can because I held on till there was nothing left. I had nothing left to give. I was a shell of a person because I held on till there was nothing left.
You almost could have took your own life. I mean,
Yes.
it sounded like you were pretty close to that.
Right, but because of my belief in God and my faith in God, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, tell me earlier, you said about that. It's so important to have that faith that when you go through the pearly gates, will God accept you?
Right, and I don't know. The Bible doesn't say yes or no, and I'm not pushing that test button to get to that final goal to get to heaven, and then finding out God says, hey, that's one thing you're not going to make it into heaven for,
Right.
because there's no redo.
Well, I've always wanted to bring this up, and you're perfect to person to bring it up to, is a lot of these soldiers, if they commit suicide, the family gets $400,000.
Right.
Why do you have that in their contract?
I don't know.
Is that ridiculous?
It
So
is.
why wouldn't they, if their life's not going well, they want to take care of their family? Maybe that could be one of the reasons why there's so much suicide going on, you know?
But see, they think that's an easy way out, but it transfers the pain from them to more people. Their pain is gone, but it transfers it to their entire family. The pain still goes on to more people. The pain does not end. The pain is expounded upon exponentially.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's what I saw right away, and I saw so much suicide going on, and it's
Right.
like, to me, because I had someone in my unit who took his own life, and basically he told me his wife told him to take his own life,
Right.
and at the time, I wasn't close to him that close, but I wish I had the experience behind me to go out and reach out to him more, but he was like coming in all stressed out, and I'm taking care of her kids don't respect me, and I only see him for one weekend a month, and then all of a sudden I heard the bad news, and I was like, wow, I had an opportunity to reach out to this guy, but this is in 2008.
Because I'm trying to show people, hey, I was at the bottom of the barrel, but I'm trying to show people there is hope. I changed. I fixed myself.
100 pounds less,
Right.
yeah, that's a
And
big change.
I'm happy again.
Right.
And through the help of, especially with God's help, I've made it through. And if I can help one person, show one person there's hope, you don't have to end your life.
Right.
There is hope. You got to go through the dark to get to the light.
Yes.
You've got to go through valleys to get to the mountaintop. There's no way around it. You can't just hop on top of the mountain.
Right.
You've got to go to the valley to get to the mountaintop.
Oh, good point. So how'd you get involved with the Shadow Warriors Beyond the Battlefield? How'd you get with this great camaraderie this weekend, this epic weekend that we're having at the Crown Plaza Hotel in Benghazi, and Tig and Jonathan, Hancock, amazing.
I just have some of the friends that are in the Shadow Warriors, so I just volunteer to help out.
Okay.
So I just like to give back to the communities, to the veterans. So I'm just here to assist any way that I can to give back and to help. So I just try to help any place I can.
Right,
That's my part in this.
You're awesome, man. And could you share us with
'cause-
one of your poems? Could
Right.
you share-
And what I'm trying to do is I've written a book of poetry, and I'm trying to get it published. Because in this book, it was so hard for me to show where I was to where I am now, because it was kind of embarrassing. But then I decided, hey, if I can save one person by doing this, it's going to be worth it. So what I did is I wrote a little story about where I was, what I'd been through, where I got to, where I was broken, and what I did to get better. And then I wrote poetry along the way. And then I wrote little prefaces to where I was when I was in the storm, when I was in the darkness, and what I was feeling and what the poem was about. So that's what I'm writing, so people can say, hey. And I read poetry at different events that I've been to, and people are like, hey, that's me. And people have reached out to me saying, hey, how can I get help? So one of the things I'd like to read is, because I was trapped in my own mind listening to all the lies. So I wrote this one poem, and it's called The Cell. It says, the harshest, darkest prison cell ever known is being locked in the mind of your own. Inmates deep within shout and sing, constantly reminded of the past, feeling its sting. Day after day under relentless attack, freedom and hope you feel you lack. Impenetrable walls built within, sentenced for another's sin. Face knocked down to the ground, cell door slammed, closed, deafening sound. Your mind it races, sentence length unknown, pain of past, normality it has grown. You must realize the key to the cell, your hand it is in. Unlock the door, stop paying for another's sin. Battle rages between heart and mind, you have to leave the past behind. Your freedom it's you within, do not let the lies win. You have to get out of your own head, leave the past alone, to you it is dead. Step out of the cell, happiness you will find, let go of the past and lies trapped in your mind. In this freedom, healing you must do, never again stir up the past that you've been through. Walk out, not looking back, and you will see, truly happy again you will be.
That is profound. I can see that having a lot of meaning to somebody who's trapped in the same similar situation you were in.
Right.
But you were able to get out through therapy. Now, therapy is big with the VA. Right. So if you can connect with the VA somehow, because they're doing yoga now, okay? They're doing a lot of meditation.
Right.
So I would think if you could create a therapy app.
Right.
Do you know anybody in that therapy app world?
No, I don't.
Therapy app. If there's a way, I think that might be because people are a lot about apps right now.
Right.
And a lot of these meditation apps are really cool. You can just pull them up
Because this
really
was
easily.
my therapy. Because I think that, if people are in it because they don't want to talk to anybody, some people don't want to talk, and it takes a step. But one of your first steps, I always talk to people, and they're like, I don't want to tell anybody. Write it down. Put it on paper. Get it out of your chest. Get it off of your shoulders. Get it out. Write it on paper. Even if you don't show it to anybody, get it out. Get it out in the open. Write it down on paper. Even if you have to burn it after you write it, at least you got it out.
Yes, exactly. It's the same thing with veterans, okay? Veterans are not getting it out of their system.
Right.
Ones with PTSD and TBI, they're not talking it out. People are not talking on the phone nowadays. They're texting, right?
Right.
So they need to get it out. It's like I'm the hotline. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm the suicide hotline. Speak to me. Call me. I'm at 321-356-6559. Reach out and call us. That's the only way you're going to get help, is to talk it and get it out of your system. Right. And once you get it out of your system, you feel so much better. Right. And then you go to the next step of therapy. But the first thing is exactly what you said. Write it down. Get it off your chest, right? Just get it out there. I tell you, I'd like to hear another one. Can you pull up another one for us? That is some really good stuff. And I can see this having major effect, especially with 60% of the divorce rate out there.
Yeah.
Do you think a lot of them, the man has the tough problem than more the woman? What do you think of that?
It's one versus the other now. No, because I think it's both now. Because right now, I think it's both. Yeah. Because today's society,
it's so different.
It's expendable. Everybody's like, it's like buying a new car.
Right.
Oh, I'm tired of this car. Let me just trade it in for a different one.
And it's like that with friends too. I'm seeing that too. You can lose a friend like that.
Here's
also
one.
Okay.
It's called worth fighting for, because there's a lot of things. What's worth fighting for in your life? Whatever it is.
Your family, your child.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in life, what is worth fighting for? Standing outside waiting to kick in the door. Not knowing what's on the other side, you're going to run and hide. Take the chance and kick it in. Without trying, you'll never begin. Heart screaming to go, brain says no. Feet stuck, not knowing which way to go. No matter what life may throw at you, there's always something that you can do. Today, too many throw in the towel, even when the storm just starts to growl. Why give up? Why give in? Doing so, you will never win. Quitting, you will never win the race. Wipe that smile out of doubt's dark face. The past demons, they do rise. Never give in to their lies. Lace up the boots and stay in the fight, even through storms black as night. God is always there. Grab his hand. Back on your feet, he will help you stand. Things in life, you must fight the fight, praying for God to shine his light. Listen to your heart, yourself be true. Through any storm, you will make it through.
Once again, you're going to hit home with that. I think it's needed. It's definitely needed. And with what's going on today, the prisoners are running the asylum.
Right.
There's going to be more divorce rate because they're being locked in, right? Mm-hmm. You hear what's going on is domestic violence has
Risen.
Risen is all,
Oh, yeah.
also. So divorce is right because we're all locked in. There's fighting going. Divorce is high. This is the perfect time to launch this. So let's go ahead and make sure you get your let's get your stuff out there.
Right.
And go ahead.
All you have to do is look for me on Facebook. It's under Bad Rob. I'm on Instagram, Bad Rob 64. I have a YouTube channel for Bad Rob, and then thebadrob.com. And if you need something, reach out to me. Message me on the Facebook, Bad Rob. Message me. I'll talk to anybody, because I've read poems at different events and people have reached out to me. I mean, the first step to healing is admitting you're broken.
Right.
And don't hold it in because it's like a cancer. It eats you from the inside out.
Oh, my God. And you experienced that. And tonight you're going to go ahead and donate. Tell me what you're doing tonight at our event.
Tonight, I'm auctioning off 3 of my poems at this Beyond the Battlefield auction. So
that's interesting. That's the first time you've done that, I bet, right?
Actually, last year I auctioned off 2 poems.
Oh, did that go well?
Yes.
Oh, so are you going to eventually get a 501c3 nonprofit?
That's what I'm trying to work towards. Because I just started this last year.
Last year, it takes a little
while. Yeah, it's just taken off. And
is it all by yourself? Do you have someone helping you?
I've got one guy helping me with the website stuff and so forth, a friend of mine, yes.
Hey, reach out to Bad Rob. He's not bad, by the way.
Yeah.
He's an awesome guy. He's a giver like a lot of us are. And he's not only just helping veterans, he's helping
first responders,
everyone out there.
Right.
Honestly,
anybody needs help.
Anybody that needs help, Rob's here for you. So reach out to him on his YouTube channel.
Out.
I can't wait to look at his YouTube channel. I mean, I'm excited to see that.
It's all clean stuff. When your kids can watch it.
Yep. Well, that's great, Rob. Thanks for stopping by.
Not a problem. Appreciate it. Thanks
for
having me on.
That's signing off. Sergeant Dave with KLRNradio.net with the Revitalizing Live Show. All right. Pop Smoke out.